Start, ma'am.
Hello everyone, very good morning. I'm back with our daily current affairs sessions, which is totally dependent on daily newspaper. So without any delay, let's just see the news that we have today. So one of the very important news that we have for today is that the former Jharkhand governor, Droupadi Murmu, she is elected as 15th president of India, and she's the first Santhal tribal woman to be appointed to the position and the youngest as well. So there are so many things. That firstly, she is the first tribal woman that too from Santhal tribe. You should be aware of the facts about the Santhal tribe. I have taught you about Santhal tribe in detail in last month's current affairs session. So you may refer to that video also. Apart from that, she is the youngest one to join the position. Okay, so now because we have this news, so we need to have the basic idea that how is the president of India is elected, who can be nominated as the president presidential elections, and all those things in detail we need to see from your exams first attempt. So let's just try to understand that the president of India, what are the prerequisites to be the president of India. The president of India is recognized as the first citizen of the country and the head of the state. So this is very important. This line becomes very important. ये काफी बार exam में पूछी जाती है and people might confuse, but the president is actually the first citizen and the head of the state. The elected president of India is a part of the union executive along with several other members of the parliament, including the Prime Minister, Attorney General of India, and Vice President. So ये अभी थोड़े दिन पहले ही मैंने आपको 2-3 क्लास पहले बताया था that यूनियन एग्जीक्यूटिव किस किस से मिलके बनती है. So president is also a very important part of the union executive. Okay, and this whole union executive is comprised of the president, the vice president, the prime minister, who is heading the Council of Ministers, and the Attorney General of India. Okay. Now, how the president is elected. The provision for the election of the president are laid down in Article 54 of the Indian Constitution. Very important because in some exams you have been asked about the articles. So Article 54 is related to the provisions for the election of the president. So ये दोनों ही perspective से important है. Vice versa भी पूछा जा सकता है कि Article 54 किससे related है या फिर किस article में provision दिए गए हैं for the election of the president. Okay, so 54 very important. Now, the Presidential and Vice Presidential Election Act 1952 led to the establishment of the constitutional provisions. Okay. So this is also important. Which article? ये तो खैर you might be you 100% will be able to identify, but the year is important. Okay, so you should be aware of the year. Now, there are some qualifications to become the president of India. Not everybody can become the president of India. There are some specific qualifications that a person needs to have in order to be nominated as the president. Okay. Now, the qualification of being the president of India are given below. They are he or she must be an Indian citizen. Indian citizen होना चाहिए. A person must have completed the age of 35. A person must be qualified for the election as a member of the House of the People. मतलब वो जो person है who is being nominated, वो qualified होना चाहिए कि वो as a member of the House of the People का जो है उसके election में खड़े होने के qualify हो. Must not hold a government, central or state office of profit. कोई ऐसी job में indulge ना हो central या state में. A person is eligible for election as president if she is holding the office of president or vice president. अगर कोई प्रेसिडेंट इलेक्शन में खड़े होना चाहते हैं तो वो अगर उस टाइम पे प्रेसिडेंट या वाइस प्रेसिडेंट का ऑफिस होल्ड कर रहे हैं तो that person is actually eligible for the election. Okay, ऐसी कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है कि अगर उस टाइम पे the person is vice president or president तब वो नहीं हो सकता. It's not the case. They are actually eligible. Now, what is the actual course of election? Okay, so the actual course is that the president of India is elected indirectly by an electoral college following the system of proportional representation, utilizing a single transferable vote system and secret ballot. Okay, so इसमें थोड़े terms हैं. Let me just try to explain those. Firstly, that the president is selected through indirect elections. Indirect means the people of the country are not directly selecting them, but the people who have been selected by the country, जो representatives हैं, MLAs हो गए, MPs हो गए, they are actually selecting or electing rather the president through an electoral college. वो बनाया जाता है. Then what is the system of proportional representation? It is basically that the election is taking place in proportions. Okay, so there will be kind of grouping in proportions and then the person will be elected. Single transferable vote is basically अगर कोई जैसे there are 3 people in the list, so suppose there is this list and let me just mark it. Yeah, so there is person number 1 who's on the top, person number 2, person number 3. Okay, so suppose there are 3 people in the list and one of them, the top one is getting vote which is not higher. So all his or her votes will be given to the second person because he is not getting higher vote now. So इनके जो votes होंगे वो transfer हो जाएंगे to the second person. Okay, it's like that. Then MPs and MLAs vote based on parity and uniformity value. So जो MPs और MLAs हैं दोनों ही वोट करते हैं and उनके जो वोट होते हैं वो parity and uniformity की वैल्यू को जो है उसको फुलफिल करने के हिसाब से वोट की जो वैल्यू है वो बनाई जाती है. Now, how is this electoral college is combined? How it is made? क्या composition होगा? तो इसमें 3 groups होते हैं basically. एक तो होता है legislative assembly of the state. So, according to the provision of Article 333, every state's legislative assembly must contain of not less than 60 members, but not more than 500 members. So, these people will be under the electoral college, जो कि vote करेंगे for the election of the president. Then we have council of state. So 12 members are nominated by the president of the India based on skills or knowledge in literature, arts, science, and social services to act as the member of the council of states. Okay. So in total, 238 act as representatives from both the state and union territory. ठीक है. अब next है वो है House of the People. So the composition of the House of the People consists, as we already know all these things. I think if you don't know, just have a look on this. That there are total 533 members, not exceeding, from the state territorial constituencies, and they are elected through direct election. So जो House of the People है उसमें जो लोग elect होते हैं वो direct election से elect होते हैं. The president further elect 20 members, not exceeding from the union territory. Okay, so this is the whole composition. The legislative assembly के members होंगे, council of ministers के होंगे, and this is actually the third one. House of the People के होंगे, ठीक है? Now, uniformity in the scale of representation of state. कैसे यूनिफॉर्मिटी आती है, लेट्स ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड. टू मेंटेन द proportionality between the values of the votes, the following formula is used. So there is this formula. If you can remember it, well and good. If you can try to have a look on it twice or thrice, then you will be able to grasp it. Value of vote of an MLA is equals to total number of the population of the particular state divided by number of elected MLAs of that state divided by 1000. तो जो भी टोटल पॉपुलेशन है किसी पर्टिकुलर स्टेट की, उसको डिवाइड करेंगे जितने उसमें इलेक्टेड एमएलए हैं उससे, और उसको मल्टीप्लाई करेंगे 1000 से, तो वो जो है वो वैल्यू आएगी एमएलए की वोट की. ठीक है, इजी है बहुत. जो भी टोटल पॉपुलेशन है डिवाइडेड बाय द नंबर ऑफ इलेक्टेड एमएलए उस पर्टिकुलर स्टेट के, और उसको divided by 1000. Now, single vote system. During the presidential election, one voter can cast only one vote. Okay. So, single vote system मतलब एक इंसान सिर्फ एक ही वोट देगा, एक से ज्यादा वोट नहीं देगा. While the MLA's vote may vary state to state, the MP's vote always remain constant. तो जो एमएलए होते हैं उनके वोट वेरी कर जाते हैं अकॉर्डिंग टू द नंबर ऑफ द एमएलए, अकॉर्डिंग टू द पॉपुलेशन ऑफ द स्टेट. बिकॉज एंड जो एमपीस होते हैं उनके जो वोट हैं वो हमेशा कांस्टेंट रहते हैं. नाउ जो एमपीस और एमएलए के वोट है उनको बैलेंस कैसे करते हैं. द नंबर ऑफ द टोटल वैल्यू ऑफ द एमपीस वोट्स must equal to the total value of the MLAs to maintain the state and union balance. तो जो MPs का जो total value होती है वो equal होनी चाहिए to the total value of the MLAs, ताकि जो state और union का जो balance है that can be maintained. Okay, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि जो एमपीज है उनके वोट्स की वैल्यू बहुत ज्यादा हो गई या उनके नंबर ऑफ वोट ज्यादा हो गए या फिर जो एमएलए हैं उनके बहुत कम हो गए. सो इट शुड नॉट बी द केस, बट देयर मस्ट बी अ बैलेंस. नाउ व्हाट आर द कोटास फॉर दिस. कैंडिडेट्स रीचिंग द विनिंग कोटा और एक्सीडिंग इट इज द विनर. जो भी कैंडिडेट जो नंबर होगा, जो विनिंग कोटा होगा, उसको जो एक्सीड कर जाएगा दैट पर्सन विल बी द फॉर्मूला. नाउ इसके लिए फॉर्मूला क्या होगा विनिंग कोटा के लिए. विनिंग कोटा टोटल नंबर ऑफ द पोल, ठीक है, नंबर ऑफ द सीट्स, जितने पोल्स हैं उनके डिवाइडेड बाय द नंबर ऑफ द सीट्स, जितनी टोटल सीट्स है उसमें, और +1. तो जो भी +1 के आगे पहुंच जाएगा मतलब वो दैट पर्सन विल बी द विनर. That is why here is we have +1. Okay. Okay. Now, voters' preference. During the presidential election, the voter casts his vote in favor of his first preferred candidate. Okay. However, in case of the first preference candidate does not touch the winning quota, the vote automatically goes to the second preference. देखो, here I told you that जो पर्सन है एमएलए एमपी जो भी वोट कर रहे हैं वो अपनी प्रेफरेंस के हिसाब से फर्स्ट बंदे को चूज करेंगे जो भी उनकी पहली प्रेफरेंस है. अब और एक ही इंसान को वो इलेक्ट भी कर सकते हैं, मतलब वोट एक ही इंसान को दे सकते हैं. बट इन केस ये जो नंबर 1 पे है वो अगर जो विनिंग कोटा है उसको क्रॉस नहीं कर पाए तो इनकी जो भी वोट है ये सेकंड बंदे को मिल जाएंगे. ओके, सो दिस इज व्हाट आई वाज ट्राइंग टू एक्सप्लेन यू दैट टाइम. आई होप दिस मच इज क्लियर. The first preferred candidate with the lowest vote is eliminated and the votes in his or her favor are transferred to the remaining candidate. तो फिर उनको एलिमिनेट किया जाता है जो पहले बंदे हैं, जो वो he or she could not cross the winning quota. फिर उसके बाद जो सारे वोट्स हैं वो सेकंड जो रिमेनिंग कैंडिडेट हैं उनको ट्रांसफर हो जाए. Now, why need proportional representation? Let's try to understand that. The President of India is elected through proportional representation using the means of the single transferable vote according to Article 55. ठीक है, so ये important हो जाता है article. It allows the independent candidates and minority parties to have the chance of representation. कि जो independent candidates हैं, जो किसी पार्टी को belong नहीं करते हैं, या जो minority छोटी parties हैं, वो भी उनको भी चांस मिले कि वो अपने रिप्रेजेंटेशन दिखा सके. It allows the practice of coalition with many voters under one government. And इसमें एक्चुअली क्या होता है, देखो इसमें एक्चुअली देयर विल बी ग्रुपिंग कि अगर किसी को 40% सीट्स मिलो किस पार्टी को, अगर किसी दूसरी पार्टी को 30% मिलो, और किसी दूसरी पार्टी को 20% मिले और किसी को 10% मिले, तो जितने जितने परसेंट उनको वोट्स मिले उतने उतने परसेंट उनको सीट्स मिल जाएंगे. सो ये एक्चुअली अलाउ करता है कोएलिशन की प्रैक्टिस को. ओके, so this system ensures that candidates who are elected don't represent the majority of the electorates. Okay, so with this we have come to an end to this particular news. ये आर्टिकल बड़ा ही important हो गया. न्यूज तो सबको पता ही थी कल से ऑलमोस्ट, बट इसके साथ जो हमने important चीजें की हैं वो बहुत ही important है. That how is president of India is elected, what is the process, ये जो terms हैं छोटे छोटे वो क्या है, क्या formulas है, electoral college composition कैसे होता है, यूनिफॉर्मिटी कैसे लाई जाती है, एमएलए एमपीज के जो वोट्स हैं उनमें बैलेंस कैसे लाया जाता है, वोटर्स की प्रेफरेंस जो है उसके बेसिस पे कैसे एक कैंडिडेट को वो सेलेक्ट करते हैं, एंड देन हाउ इफ द पर्सन इज नॉट एबल टू cross or touch the winning quota, then how the votes are transferred to the second preference, all these things. Okay, and we also saw that why do we need proportional representation. So ये बड़ा ही important आज का topic हो गया. Okay, so with this we have come to an end to that particular news. Now we have another news which is very important, which is related to that's denying an unmarried woman to the right of a safe abortion violates her personal autonomy and freedom. The Supreme Court held in an order. So Supreme Court ने ये order दिया है कि जो women है they have the right to safe abortions. Okay, so this is basically for the unmarried women. So it is part of personal liberty, says bench while hearing unmarried women's. Okay, so try करते हैं कि एक्चुअली में क्या जो सुप्रीम कोर्ट है उन्होंने क्या बोला है, and what are all the provisions related to abortion. A woman's right to reproductive choice is an inseparable part of her personal liberty under Article 21 of the Constitution. So this is about the woman's personal liberty under Article 21. She has a sacrosanct right to bodily integrity, quoted from the precedent. So this is totally a woman's choice. It's about her body. It's about her right, her basic right. The court said forcing a woman to continue with her pregnancy would not only be a violation of her bodily integrity, but also aggravate her mental trauma. See, so the court ने इस बात पे ये बोला है कि अगर किसी वुमेन को फोर्स किया जाए दैट शी हैज टू कंटिन्यू विद हर प्रेगनेंसी, तो कहीं ना कहीं ये वायलेशन होगा उसकी बॉडीली इंटीग्रिटी का, तो बट उसके साथ साथ कहीं ना कहीं इट विल गिव हर मेंटल ट्रॉमा. मतलब यू आर फोर्सिंग अ वुमेन टू हैव अ चाइल्ड विदाउट हर चॉइस, एंड विच इज अ लाइफ लॉन्ग रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी. Indispensable clause of safety. The court ordered a medical board to be formed by the AIMS to check whether it has safe to conduct an abortion on the woman and submit a report in a week. So court ने AIMS को ये order दिया है कि they must conduct they must see if it is safe for her to have an abortion and they must submit a report in a week. Now, what is the case? So, a bench led by Justice D.Y. Chandrachud was hearing the appeal of a woman who wanted to abort her 24-week pregnancy after her relationship failed and her partner left her. So there was this woman and she wanted to have abortion for the 24 week of her pregnancy because of the failed relationship. The lower court had taken an unduly restrictive view that her plea for a safe abortion was not covered under the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act. So इससे पहले ये चीज लोअर कोर्ट में भी जा चुकी थी एंड उन्होंने इसके अगेंस्ट बोला कि नो दिस कैन नॉट बी हैपन बिकॉज this was not covered under the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act. This was since the pregnancy arose from a consensual relationship outside wedlock, because जो pregnancy है, this is because of not because of marriage but because of a relationship which is out of marriage. Okay, so this is the actual case. Now, what was the last amendment related to this particular thing? So the court noted that an amendment of the act in 2021 had substituted the term husband with partner, a clear signal that the law covered unmarried women within its ambit. So there was this change in this act in 2021 जहाँ पे की जो term husband था उसको partner से change कर दिया गया, which means it also covered the women who are unmarried and the person, the male, is also responsible whether he is husband or not, whether they both are married or not. Reiterating the live-in recognition. Challenging the lower court, the bench said live-in relationship had already been recognized by the Supreme Court. So lower court को ये बोला गया against में कि जो हमारे live-in relationship है वो already Supreme Court के द्वारा recognize किए जा सकते हैं. There were a significant number of people in social mainstream who see no wrong in engaging in premarital sex. Okay, so there are a huge number of people in our society who are totally okay, and those who think there is no wrongdoing in the process of premarital sex. The law could not be used to quench notions of social morality and unduly interference in their personal autonomy and bodily integrity. Okay, so with this we have come to an end to this particular news also. So इसमें basically क्या था? It's just about a woman who is who's unmarried and who has pleaded to the Supreme Court in order to have a safe abortion in 24th week because of the failed relationship. And जो subordinate courts थे उन्होंने already मना कर दिया था, but the Supreme Court has given right and said that this can be done. And इसके लिए एम्स को उन्होंने बोला that they must conduct a study and submit the report in a week that is it safe or not. Okay, now we have a very important question which is also related to the daily current affair. Let's try to read and understand and try to get the answer for this question. Which among the following states has topped Niti Aayog Innovative Index list? Options are Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, West Bengal, Maharashtra. So इन चार में से कौन से स्टेट है जिसने टॉप किया है नीति आयोग की इनोवेशन इंडेक्स? I think you must be able to. It is actually Karnataka. Okay, so Karnataka secured the top rank in Niti Aayog India Innovation Index 2021, and Karnataka has held the top rank under the major states category in all the 3 editions of the index so far. And जो major list है उसमें कर्नाटका ने top kya hai? Give me a second. Yeah. Manipur bags the top rank in the Northeast and Hill State category. Manipur ने Northeast और Hill States में top किया है position में. Chandigarh is the top performer in the Union Territories and the City States category. And जो चंडीगढ़ है उसने Union Territory और City States category में top किया है. So कर्नाटका के साथ साथ ये जो important states and union territories they wo bhi you must be able to recognize. Okay, so with this we have come to an end to the current affairs session for today. Okay, so it was very important. The session of today was very important because we saw some very essential and the basics of polity and precedent and everything. So with some very important news, I'll meet you soon tomorrow with another daily current affairs session. Till then, please keep studying, keep working hard, and